Welcome back. I am so glad you are here. I have today 6 cool projects using jars. Do you have a lot of jars around your house? Well, let's put them to use today. But before we do, let me introduce myself.
Hey everybody, I'm Susie, and this is Susie's Stuff. Welcome to Station KDIY Channel 146. I'm so happy you're here. I would love it if you'd click and subscribe, and then click the bell to be notified when I upload a new episode. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up or even a comment. So don't touch that dial. Let's go make some stuff.
Before we actually get started, it's time for the penguin update. Last week, I shared that I bought this little kit. It's a little animal grow kit. I got it at Dollar Tree, and it came with some mint seeds inside. And so we just thought we'd try to get it to grow and see what would happen in a week. And it has been 1 week. I've set it in my kitchen windowsill, and I couldn't believe it. It's growing. So we'll check back next week to see how Mr. Penguin is doing. Our first project today is the Santa hat candy jar. And since you already know, this whole episode is about jars. And most of my jars I got at Dollar Tree. And I have been having a little bit of trouble finding any at Dollar Tree anymore. People are grabbing them. So I'm using some pickle jars. So this is a gigantic pickle jar that I got at Walmart. It's an 80 fluid ounce kosher dill pickle jar, classic. If you wanted to grab it, it has a really great shape to it. I love it. It's perfect for our project. Now, this is my dad's old belt. We were going some of his things, and I just couldn't get rid of this belt, and I thought it would be perfect for Santa. So let's get that hot glued on. I'm using a really good quality Santa hat. I did get this at Walmart. It was $2.97. And I do like the ones at Dollar Tree, but I just wanted a really good velour, really good fabric for this one, since it pretty much was the highlight of the project. And then I grabbed some cherry sours. How many of you like cherry sours? Oh, they're so good. Hot tamales and some little red hots. I love those. So now I'm figuring out how to put this gigantic hat on this jar. So we're going to use some hot glue to sort of make it a little bit smaller without having to cut it. So I glue it inside first, and then I kind of flap it over, and I thought it would kind of change the look of it, and it actually really doesn't. Since it's a good quality fabric, it kind of lays perfectly. I was very surprised, very happy. So it just kind of falls over perfectly. I love it. And now we can fill it. Oh, I did hot glue on the belt. So let's fill it up. My favorite part. Now, these things here were 98 cents a piece. And so I did use about 7 or 8 of them because it was a big jar. So your jar may not be as big. So I did have to use quite a bit of candy, but that's okay. I just love the red because it looks like Santa's suit. So that's exactly what I wanted it to be. So the hat fits on perfectly, so you can unscrew it to grab your candy. Ooh, I just think this is so cute. It turned out perfectly, just exactly what I was envisioning in my head. What do you think? I just love it. It is kind of heavy because it has a lot of candy in it. But like I said, your jar may not be as big, and you can put any type of candy in there you like. I just wanted it to look like Santa's suit, and so I hope you enjoyed this fun little project. I hope you can make yours today. Our next jar is so incredibly easy. It's the flashing ornament jar. All you need is a jar from Dollar Tree and a flashing ornament from Dollar Tree. And hopefully you can find these ornaments. They do go fast, but I did see some the other day. So all I'm doing is just hot gluing this right on. And I make peanut brittle for people in my area and actually sell it. I just am not into the shipping yet, maybe someday, but I do sell peanut brittle and I thought it would be perfect for this jar. I give these out as little gifts and it came out perfectly. I love it. And I think I have to have a little nibble. What do you think? I added a red gingham bow. That's my signature color for my brittle business. But you can add any bow color that you like. Maybe some buffalo check or a satin ribbon. Whatever suits your fancy. So I hope you can find some jars at Dollar Tree and make yours today. This is one of my elegant pieces today, is my cranberry poinsettia jar. So this is an old pickle jar. I guess you might realize that I like pickles. They're so good and a great snack. So I used some Epsom salt in the bottom, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of white snowy effect. And then I used some Ocean Spray real cranberries. I think this is so pretty. I love the colors of that red. It's one of my favorite colors, although green is my favorite. I think cranberry red is also one of my favorites, especially during the holidays. So I had this bunch of poinsettia plant that I got at Hobby Lobby. And what's so funny is usually poinsettias are yellow in the middle, and these were not yellow. I almost painted them yellow, but I thought, no, it'll be all right. And I have used real poinsettia in there. If you fill it with water, you can cut off some branches from the poinsettia plant and it looks beautiful. So I love this ribbon. I got it at Hobby Lobby. You're going to see it a lot in this episode today. I think it's elegant with the red and it is just gorgeous. Love it. It's going on my buffet table in my kitchen. What do you think? This next project is called the Joy Jar. Actually, it should be the Copper Joy Jar because I am using this hammered Rust-Oleum paint. It's gorgeous. It's a copper color. And if you haven't used it, oh, it's beautiful. I did pick it up at Walmart. And I think it was like $5 or $6. So this little sign, you've probably seen them at Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 3. And I added some ribbon like I did in the last project. And now you can just add anything you like. This is some boxwood greenery. I did decide to go with some of this glittery leaf stuff I got. It was from an old plant that was sent to me. You know how they do it in a florist and they put those little spiky things in. I love the chartreuse color of these leaves. It goes beautiful with the black ribbon and the copper. You can create this little simple piece easily and add anything in there that you like. So I hope that you're able to find these jars and make yours today. And coming up is our mini wreath mason jar mini wreath. I'm not sure what to name this, but I've got an old mason jar. It's a little mini one. And I've got some boxwood, little greenery, and I'm just cutting little bitty pieces and using the mason jar top to create a little wreath you see right here. So I'm just hot gluing all that on, and it's going to make just the cutest wreath ever. La 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 la. Okay, so now I'm just kind of fitting in some extra little scarce areas and putting in some more to make it super full. And now I just grabbed some red what are those? Red little berries. I was trying to say red beets, red berries from an old pick that I have, and I'm just going to add those 3 down at the bottom. that those are put on, I'm just going to use this kind of squared jar from Dollar Tree. And again, this ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's so pretty, and I actually forgot I had it. It was in my stash, and so I'm using it quite a bit in this episode. So we're just going to hot glue that right on and on the inside of the jar. You know, these little mason jar ring thingies, wreaths, would be cute for an ornament too for your tree, so that might be a good idea. So I'm using some Epsom salt in the bottom of my jar, and I've got these 3 beautiful peppermint sticks. I love these. I buy them every year. It's just not Christmas without these gigantic peppermint sticks. You know those big giant ones that you used to see? We'd always give that to my grandpa, but I haven't seen those lately. But I just love peppermint sticks. Now, I did unwrap them and it might get a little sticky, so I do spray mine with polyurethane because I'm not going to eat these. But Rudolph sure does like them, and he wants a sweet treat. So I think this is a beautiful little piece for your kitchen in the corner. Love it. And for our very last project for today, I call it the music sheet jar. And so I'm using a jar from Dollar Tree, and then I found this really beautiful vintage sheet music off of a website called the Graphics Fairy. I'm going to link it below. You have to check it out. It's awesome. It has a lot of free printables for you. So now I got this snow from Hobby Lobby when it's 90% off. Usually these kind of crafts are the last to go, so I got it for 30 cents. So I just throw that in there and got some fairy lights that I ordered from Amazon. I've shown these before, but I will link it down below. You get 6 in a set. I use them for everything. I love the fairy lights. And just tape the top of it in the lid. So I think our jar needs a little bit of height. So I grabbed an old candlestick holder that I'd gotten from Dollar Tree. I painted it black, spray painted it black, and then just hot glued it and set the jar right on top. So that really does give it an elegant flair to it. So now I'm just going to grab my black ribbon like I've used all through this episode. I just love it. So we're going to add it across the top, and then I'll add a bow. And for some final touches, I just cut off some of the snowy greenery piece that I had from a pick, and I just added it on top. I love it. And then the bow comes on next. And then I'm thinking, since this song is Jingle Bells, I think I have some Jingle Bells from Dollar Tree hanging around. So I just throw those inside the jar for the completed look. Ta-da! It's completed, and I just love it. I think it's going to be perfect on my mantle, and you can add any type of ribbon that you like and any song that you like, whatever your favorite song is for the holidays. So I'm so excited how this came together. Jars are just so cool to use, and there's a side view to see the little jingle bells. But I hope that you're able to find some jars and make yours today. And here are all of our jars put together. Jars are so fun to craft with. You can create so many things, large jars or small jars. And I hope you're able to find jars at Dollar Tree. And don't forget about pickle jars. They work great. And I hope that I've inspired you to come up with your own ideas for using jars. Grab the family and see what they come up with. I want to thank you also for your sweet comments that you leave below. They're so nice, and I just appreciate all of your support.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and comment down below. I'll see you next time on another episode of Susie's Stuff, KDIY, Channel 146. Bye, everybody.